This is the RG353M. This overhauled model, released in early 2023, will have gamers drooling. It has Hall-sensored analog sticks. Now, for any gamer, you know that's a must. We'll talk some more about that in just a moment. It's got a 3.5-inch display, full viewing angle. The resolution is 640 by 480, and it's got multi-touch. The body is CNC'd. It's an aluminium alloy, and it's available in this blue and also a purple color grade. The CPU is Rockchip, the RK3566. You've got to be an Ambernic nerd to want to know about that, but I'll tell you anyway. It's a quad-core 64-bit with 2 gigabytes of RAM. The memory is Android 32GB high speed, and as for external memory, it's got SD card slots for storing your games. There's also dual speakers, a 3500 mAh battery. That's going to give you 7 hours of gaming. The notable best features are the mini HDMI, the Hall sensors, the built-in Bluetooth for running your controller or headset. And if you've got games on other consoles, then this is perfect for you because you can store games galore. What else is there to tell you about? Well, I guess in brief, you're looking at about £146 for the Ambernic, but we've dropped the best price we found online in a convenient link below the video.
This is a thing of absolute beauty. Give you a really quick overview. It is a portable emulation device, and all that means is that it pretends to be consoles of old.
Which is amazing.
So you've got games from the PlayStation 1 era, N64, Dreamcast, SNES, NES, all the rest of it. I mean, if you're on this video, you probably know what the Ambernic does, but for those who don't, that is essentially it.
I think people of our age appreciate them more than any other generation. What are we? Are we X or are we boomers or what?
Definitely not boomers, because that's like the 60s.
They're not cool at all, are they?
No, that's old people.
Well, we're one of the cool ones. Basically,
I don't know if we're
we
cool.
grew up with the generation that invented this stuff.
We invented this stuff.
We had Game Boys and things.
We did have Game
We
Boys.
had the Sega Mega Drive. And
handheld gaming is making an absolute storming comeback the past couple of years. Since the Nintendo Switch came about, and then the Steam Deck after that, handheld gaming is everything. And there's a real lust for some of those older games, and Ambernic have really cornered that market with handheld emulation. This in particular, the RG353M, is a thing of beauty. Those Hall effect sticks, gorgeous.
Hall effect. Do you want to nerd out? Because I know you're big into your gaming stuff.
Okay, Hall effect.
What is Hall effects all about? Because I know that when I said it's got Hall effect, you got excited.
I actually didn't believe you at first. I was like, I don't know way it does.
The only bit that made any sense to me was I've got a PlayStation 5.
Yep.
And when I leave my controller on like a first-person shooter, my character starts running to the left.
Without you touching the sticks.
Doing nothing.
Okay, so that's called stick drift, and that occurs with pretty much all the standard analog sticks over time because they work off a friction model. So literally, the top of the stick rubs against a sensor, and over time that rubbing wears out and will cause it to do like fake inputs. It's called stick drift.
Right.
Your character may spin around, you may just run forward without anything. Hall effect sensors work off magnets, so the top of the stick doesn't touch the sensor at all. It's just a magnet. So technically, it's impossible for them to ever get stick drift through wearing out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, over like 20, 30 years they may, because magnets do kind of fail eventually. But in the life of your device, which is probably going to be 7 to 10 years, it won't drift.
So these magnet Joy-Cons, right, you only see on the more high-end handheld controllers.
They only come in like pro controllers, replacements for the Joy-Cons. You don't even see them being produced by the manufacturers of like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo don't even make them. They are expensive units that come in expensive controllers. So the fact that this relatively cheap computer has them built in as standard is pretty amazing.
Now, I know you've got a massive gaming collection.
Yes.
We went through your PlayStation 1 collection and we were playing Wipeout.
Yes.
Then I saw on here you have Wipeout installed.
Oh, yeah.
Which made me go, not only is this a nostalgia kick, but it reminded me I am champion.
What, champion at Wipeout?
Yeah. And I just sat there for a moment going, you are a winner.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah. There is some technicalities about installing ROMs and there's some legal stuff with it, but I'll leave that for you to find out what you can and can't do. That's not for us to tell you what you should and shouldn't do.
As it comes, it is preloaded with a load of games.
Yes.
Technicality-wise that we're skimming over is the games that you have on an emulator, you must own the originals of.
You must own the originals of, and technically you should be installing it yourself as well.
Okay.
But
that's enough on the deep dive part of it. The fact is, these things are.
Yeah.
And with the HDMI part, I can also handheld to a screen.
That's really cool.
It's amazing.
So you could hook that up to your TV.
Basically, what is comparatively a budget device.
Yeah.
I can go through my whole PlayStation 1 back catalogue.
Yeah.
I say PlayStation 1, that's the bit that excites me. For the next person, it's going to be
N64.
Yeah.
Huge. Dreamcast. I mean, some amazing games. And then, of course, you've got stuff of old. You've got the Game Boy games, the Game Gear. You've got the SNES. There's like just a huge library of retro games on there. And because those old games are really small in their size, they'll all install onto those micro SD cards that are on there.
Which is exceptional.
There's a really cool thing as well. If you say you have this and you install some ROMs and you got it set up how you like it, you then decide you want a different Ambernic. Maybe next year they come out with a better version. You can hot swap the micro SD cards
and just move the operating system
over. That's really cool.
Ambernic have nailed it. Now, the earlier ones that I really liked before this, which I got just as excitable about, was that Game Boy looking controller that had all of my Game Boy classics on it.
I think that's Tetris. The 35X, I think that might be called.
Yeah. The fact that you can just take that. So if you've already bought one in the ecosystem, you can just upgrade it across to this. And then you've got that different format for playing. I really like that. This is more of a sort of PSP type of feel.
Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. It's tiny, small. I mean, I've got really small hands and, you know, it fits within it. So it's a tiny screen, but it looks really nice.
Oh, you've just left it playing the demo part of the game.
I have, yeah. Cool. I did try to actually play the game upside down. I did want to play with myself in front of them, but as you pointed out, it's actually quite hard to play with yourself while people are watching. Yeah, well, certainly to come to any kind of happy ending. Yeah, I was just mainly smashing around in the dark. I couldn't really figure out what was going on, just bouncing off the side of stuff.
Awkward.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was embarrassing for everyone.
Yeah.
And then I failed, and it gave me game over screen.
Look, I've really enjoyed playing and living with the Ambernic. There's loads of different devices available. If it's something that people are interested in, then obviously they can drop down in the comments if they're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'll be more than happy to take a deeper dive.
And play with yourself in front of them again?
Yeah.
Oh. So that's been our look at the Ambernic RG353M. And this enables you to play with yourself in front of everyone.
Wherever you are, this is a safe space to talk about it. Drop down into the comments. Tell us, there's no shame in it. I want to play with myself and then just give me where you like to do it the most. And if you want to see more videos like this, you're going to need to be subscribed. So hit that bell and you'll get notified of our very next video.
And before you go anywhere, make sure you like before you leave and then watch one of our other videos. There'll be somewhere along here, there'll be another video. You can watch that and it will be equally as interesting as this one. That's a guarantee or your money back.
Oh, there's a happy ending. Bye. Everyone.